6 years ago, I was inspired by my grandfather's UK experiences and a photo I discovered in the family archives. I embarked on a personal journey leading me to research ethnic minorities and Catholics in Aberdeen. A World War II veteran, my grandfather served in the Royal Indian Navy. In the picture, you can see future Rear Admiral Kesav Pillai Ramakrishnan Jerry Nair, Lord Mountbatten, Governor General of India, and my grandfather, future VSM recipient, who was trained in HMS Royal Arthur, was part of the Royal Indian Navy and also part of the Indian Navy in the future. With his tales of his time spent in the UK, he had motivated me. I would often hear my grandfather talk about the good old days. He did, however, omit some significant details of his experiences as a member of a religious minority and a member of the Royal Navy. I want to learn about people who have similar experiences to me and my grandfather to fill in the blanks. With a variety of experiences, including my own personal encounters with racism, prejudice, and solidarity, I'm very eager to document this alternative history so that others can learn from it.
We had an event where they wanted us to showcase the Indian saris. And in the event, I found a couple of Scottish people wearing Indian saris. So for me, to be able to see that, saying somebody who is non-Indian has actually worn like a proper sari, and she's in an event sitting there for like 4 or 5 hours, and she came click pictures with us. Everything was fun, but I'm saying that cross-cultural adoption is brilliant. For me personally, UK was for London. But I happened to end up in Scotland, and I'm enjoying the Scotland side of things. Their people, their culture, and everything. Now, when I move away from Scotland to England, I can tell the difference, and it'll be easier for me to probably deal with an Englishman in England because I have had my first-hand experience here. So I'm not sure if this person, really meant it, or he was just drunk and just having whatever comes, just telling me whatever comes to his mind. So then he said like, oh, so you're looking for jobs, is it? I said yes. And then he goes like, if you have jobs in your own country, then why are you here? Kind of a question. And I said, no, just because, it's nice to be in another place, just know their culture, experience and everything. And also, it's good money. So that's it. He's like, don't you think our people lose the jobs if you guys start coming in? Again, all of this is happening in early morning hours. He's super drunk. Everybody with him are, a little bit tipsy. So I don't think he was, I don't know if he was really meaning it. It was just for conversation's sake. He was just bringing up purposefully controversial questions.
There's one incident around my neighborhood. It's quite sad to say that because my daughter, she was having a birthday party. That was during summer. She was having a birthday party in our garden with few other her classmates. So this one little man, I would say he's school age as well, I would say like primary, commented on the color of my daughter and say like why you have to have a birthday. Why you should have a birthday party kind of thing. And yeah, my daughter did come up and say to her, but at the time she was too small to understand what he was actually saying to her. Because they were in the garden, I was inside the house, so I didn't face that in person. It's just when my daughter told me, I was quite shocked, and it's quite shocked to see such a young child to comment such a comment towards my daughter. I just like she felt uncomfortable as well, but she didn't know that what actually the guy was meaning. So I just told her, like, if you see him sometime, if you comment on it, just come and say it to me. I will go and have a word with him.
So when they see you, right, they can't place you which country you're from. Sometimes it's Pakistan, sometimes it's Bangladesh, sometimes it's, I can't tell, I know you're from Asia, and then you have to correct them and just because sometimes I don't keep the bindi, so it's easier to tell that I'm from Pakistan or other places. I said no, I'm from India, and I think sometimes that comes across to me as really funny.
we live in a close community. We are more associated with the church, most associated with the family. So the social bonding with the other Scottish community is very less. I think it happens only when we go to our work. So the work is basically, as Naga said, do you go to your work, do your full productive day. Work is work, home is home. Social life is mainly very, very, very strict boundaries within our own community kind of thing. So I think most of my friends are within my community as well, and more associated with the church. So we just get along with our own into our little circle kind of thing. So it's not it's maybe it could be because of that there is very less exposure. Even with my kids or even with myself, there is less exposure around the Scottish community.
We are only spoken to about how you should do the work. There's only one line mentioned about, oh, we're inclusive. But you don't really go deeper into that, how inclusive, what are your ways of being inclusive. Just giving you a job doesn't mean you're inclusive, you know. So that bit, no, I don't think that is spoken about as much. Now, if I go and probe saying that, go to people's services, mail them, give me your, inclusion and diversity thing, your policies, probably will find something, but no, I wouldn't say they would speak about it as much. Yes.
Is it mandatory to have the ED for as a manager level? Is it not?
It is.
It is.
It is. As a manager on job, what I've been told is just for the work within the restaurant. Other things is like, it is not spoken about as much, I would say. Because it's not required for your job, right?
Everyone should know, I mean, how to treat everyone equally, and, the ED should apply everywhere, even the smaller level or higher level. They have to educate themselves by the ED. It will be good for everyone. It's mandatory for us, actually. I'm working as a chief clinical physiologist in ARI, and it's mandatory for all. If you are in the above level, everyone have to have it.
I haven't experienced it personally for me, but there are instances which I'm like doubtful: is it or is it not? So there have been that there's a little doubt that comes up saying that is it there or not. But sometimes I hear from my friends stories, who are from African countries, them telling me, it's not working out for us and it's different stories, but they're doing well as well, again. So I can't really place a finger and say, yes, it exists. I also wouldn't deny it, saying that no, it wouldn't exist. Okay. I would just leave that question open.
Everyone has to be kind, so if they think that, then everyone will start treating everyone equally.
I think if we also get along with them on a social level, say, have more interactions with them, understand them, I think it'll be a good, blend. With the other nationals, it is difficult because you have to come to a common point, something that is common that you both like. That takes time. But if you don't even make an attempt to have that, a different nationals, friends, or understand them, it's not going to happen.
If you don't see anybody, like regardless of their race, color, or their background, if you see them as a human being as such, as a person as such, or if you treat them as friendly as you would do as another person, I think that would make a change. But I don't think so. Things are seen differently here with the ethnic minority people. So I think if that aspect is changed, then I think the whole thing would be changed as well.